G'day guys, as part of the series, we're going to be following my journey as I learn to convert my 2006 Toyota Hiace Commuter into a fully off-grid camper van. Focus? Yeah. G'day guys, so after the success of putting in the windows last week, I finally started to tackle all the cabinetry. Starting off with the bench, which is nice and easy, which I can show you now. I'm about, I'd say, halfway through. So I've done this so that the bench itself ends up being around 43 centimeters high, including the pillow, or the cushion. So as it stands, I think this stands at about 38 centimeters. There's then obviously going to be a ply top, which will have the doors in it, and then there will also be a cushion on top of that, which I think will take it basically up to the blue tape mark. So that's step one. I'm going to try and clad that with sort of nice tongue groove or something like that. Here's going to be this big kitchen, so I'm going to build that in the house actually and then bring it out. And then there's obviously tackling the bed base. So just a reminder, bed base wise, fixed bed going all the way back lengthways. It's going to sit a sort of a couple of centimeters below the window, and will run, and I'll basically have drawers accessing the bed from this end and then drawers accessing the bed from the other end. Lots of different ways you can do this, especially with these. Like one option of doing this, I've gone for the basic option where you've got, I think these are 1x3 pieces of wood potentially, but I'm just building the frame as I go just to make sure it's all even. You can build a box out of plywood and then build it in, but I just wanted to do it this way. The kitchen cabinet section here I will do as a full plywood unit, so you can see that. So I've just noticed a small mistake that I've made, or not so much a mistake, but a learning that I've had. As you can see with this drawer, I've got these two pieces of wood sitting, I don't know how you describe it, so they're as wide as possible, and they're not, so the wide side is sort of parallel with the ground. But because I've done that with these two, once you add a door in there, although it's quite a big storage area, the accessibility of this is quite small, and it would make it quite hard to sort of put large pieces in there and just limit you down the line. So I've just tested it on this side where I do narrow side up, and if you do that on both sides, you end up with heaps more accessibility into the storage area. So I'm actually going to take these off and just spin them around 90 degrees. Just to give me way more storage, or way more accessibility to the storage, which I think will be much more practical later. And to be honest, I won't sacrifice much in the way of sturdiness because the plywood over the top will be secure enough as it is. So what I'm doing here is just creating my own sort of pocket holes using a large drill bit. It's not the best way of doing it. If you've got a jig, it's much better, but I don't know where mine is at the moment. So just using a large drill bit, coming in at 90 degrees to sort of create that hole, and then sort of bringing it around to create that angled piece, which just allows you to drive screws in diagonally across, so you're not splitting it, splitting the grain on the other piece, and sort of bind them in together. So I've got that on both ends. I'm also using wood glue just to keep it nice and sturdy, because you just don't want anything to be squeaking, and I'm just going to repeat that on both sides. So hopefully you can see there's so much more space here for accessing, and so changing these around is going to make a massive difference. These are nice and secure. Just got to switch this around and then I'm done.